Okay, strength and conditioning coach. Introduction. A strength and conditioning coach's job description centers on improving athletes' overall performance and physical abilities. These coaches play a vital role in athlete development by increasing strength, speed, endurance, and flexibility. They help athletes reach their performance goals and achieve their full physical potential through structured and science-based training. Strength and conditioning coaches develop individualized and sport-specific training programs to enhance health, fitness, and performance. They assess athletes' strengths, weaknesses, and injury history to design safe and effective training plans. Their roles include teaching proper lifting techniques, moving patterns, and injury prevention strategies. Strength and conditioning coaches work closely with sports coaches, athletic trainers, nutritionists, and managers to ensure all training aligns with the team's organizational goals. This collaboration helps maintain consistency in athlete development and supporting long-term performance improvements. They also track progress, monitor workload, and adjust programming as needed to support peak performance throughout the season.
So, some daily responsibilities of a strength and conditioning coach include adapting training based on the athlete's needs, their pain levels, or their equipment changes. They deliver on and off field conditioning and individualized training plans. They rehabilitate injured athletes and track progress. They prepare equipment, lead sessions, and conduct assessments. Some required skills they will need will be communication, which includes clear instructions, active listening, and feedback, time management, balancing multiple athletes and schedules. They need to have self motivation for planning and learning, motivating athletes, and using criticism constructively. They need to be flexible, be able to problem solve, hold accountability, and have strong self awareness. They need to be able to adapt programs and communication for diverse athletes. Some qualifications and certifications include an undergraduate degree in exercise science or kinesiology. A graduate degree is often preferred. They need to have experience through internships, GA positions, workshops, and conferences. And some certifications include the National Strength and Conditioning Coach Association, the CSCS, and the National Council of Strength and Fitness, and other continued education requirements. The salary ranges range from 60,000 $527 to around 85,000, with a high school coach making the less out of that, and a professional level they'll make the highest. And the more education, specialization, and experience will increase their earning potential. Some career outlooks. The strength and conditioning is rapidly growing with increasing demand, and the field still varies widely in job titles, credentials, and expectations. The advancement depends on strong credentials, networking, and continuous development. Some programs are increasingly value inclusion, athlete well-being, and performance science.
Management application. Planning begins with getting to know the client and understanding their goals, background, and training purpose. Strength and conditioning coaches design individualized programs based on factors like injury history, performance level, competitiveness, and training intensity. Coaches must sit with clients to set clear, realistic, and measurable goals before creating a program. Effective planning ensures each athlete receives the specific training needed to reach both short-term and long-term goals. Organizing. Organizing involves creating structured planning, training plans, schedules, and systems to manage multiple athletes efficiently. A well-organized training environment increases productivity, safety, and overall effectiveness. Coaches must maintain organized equipment, training spaces, and scheduling tools to ensure smooth operations. An organized program reflects professionalism, strong culture, and clear standards for athletes and staff. Controlling. Controlling includes monitoring athletes' progress, evaluating program effectiveness, and making necessary adjustments to improve performance. Coaches track performance standards, assess training outcomes, and revise methods, staffing, or program components as needed. Effective controlling helps maintain athletes' safety and ensures training leads to the desired outcome. Strength and conditioning coaches must have strong technical and decision-making skills to apply controlling methods successfully. Leading. Leading involves motivating, guiding, and influencing athletes toward achieving performance goals. Coaches use leadership behaviors like clear communication, positive feedback, and emotional support to enhance athletes' motivation and effort. Strong leadership builds trust, resilience, and commitment within the training environment. Effective leaders inspire athletes, foster a positive team culture, and support long-term improvement beyond just physical training.
Some leadership skills that we often see in strength and conditioning coaches include transformational leadership, which is about inspiring athletes with a shared vision of long term development and peak performance, motivating and encouraging athletes beyond external rewards, focusing on personal growth, confidence, and identity as high level performers. Everyone is working towards a shared vision. It's building trust and encouraging desired behaviors like effort and discipline through role modeling. We also see supportive leadership, which builds trust and rapport. It provides encouragement as well. And it's about being diligent on checking in on an athlete's well being, so stress, soreness, mental health. It's offering modifications when athletes are injured, overwhelmed, or struggling. And it's creating a positive, safe training environment where athletes feel valued. We also see achievement oriented leadership, so high performance, setting high performance standards and expecting athletes to meet them, challenging athletes with measurable goals, progressive overload, and competitive benchmarks, giving constructive feedback, and creating a culture of excellence, discipline, and accountability. We also see a mix of autocratic and democratic leadership styles. Autocratic, it's going to be a clear, direct instructions on form, technique. It's about controlling and training environment, making sure it's safe. Quick decisions about modifications, rules, and expectations that they require the athletes to meet. And the more democratic side is going to be athlete feedback, collaborating with athletes, letting the athletes be involved in goal setting, and giving athletes autonomy, especially the more experienced ones. Some challenges and ethical considerations we see is going to be regarding a coach's ability to regulate emotions, make quick decisions that abide to their organization's code of ethics, building relationships while still maintaining authority, so setting those boundaries. Time is going to be about limited time with athletes, busy and intense schedules, so early mornings, late evenings, weekends, travel. It's unpredictable. Training time with athletes may be short, which then can make it hard for programming full sessions and monitoring that progress. There's also limited resources, so some programs may have restricted access to equipment, space, or technology. Coaches have to adapt the programming without compromising quality. Communication is another challenge. Training philosophies may contradict each other with different coaches because they may be different. Miscommunication can lead to overtraining as well and conflicting demands on athletes. And then large group management is another challenge. Many strength conditioning programs will train a lot of athletes at once, so it's important to have that authoritative presence and to be able to maintain quality coaching for all of them. And then adjustments, adaptations need to be made. Some ethical considerations are going to include safety and injury prevention, so ensuring all training sessions are planned with safety. Professional competence, so staying within scope of practice and not providing medical diagnosis or anything outside of that. And then supervision, so not letting an athlete be unsupervised at any point in the weight room. Informed consent, so making sure that athletes know why they're doing training and know the risks. Confidentiality, so protecting athlete health information, performance data. And then evidence-based practice is making sure that a coach is using training methods grounded in research, so nothing made up, no fads or anything like that.
Now let's talk about a famous strength and conditioning coach. One of the most well-known strength and conditioning coaches is Mike Boyle. He has worked in many different settings before creating two of his own facilities. A few of these settings is working as a strength and conditioning coach for Boston University for 15 years, being the strength and conditioning coach for the U.S. Women's Olympic ice hockey team, who were able to get gold in 1998 under his strength and conditioning, and being the strength and conditioning coach for Red Sox, a Boston baseball team. So, what is Mike Boyle known for? He's not only known for his very successful career that he has created for himself, but he's known for being humble and genuinely wanting to help his clients to the best of his abilities. During Mike's personal time, he's always looking to improve and see how he can help the general public. He trains, lectures, and teaches others through his writings and famous programs. Some of his works that are well known by the world is Certified Functional Strength Training, Body by Boyle Online, MBSC Online Training. Through these programs and his past experiences, he was able to open up two of his own facilities, where he has 27 other strength and conditioning coaches working alongside him. Taken directly from the MBSC website, it states that their approach is a driven approach that covers every aspect necessary to achieve your goal, whether they involve weight loss, healthier lifestyle, injury rehabilitation, or sports performance. As we come to the end of our presentation, let's look back and see why strength and conditioning coaches are important to the sports and fitness industry. Strength and conditioning coaches help in many aspects aspects to athletes by maintaining or improving athletes' fitness. They help with athletes who are trying to recover from injury and athletes who are trying to improve their fitness to get stronger. These strength and conditioning coaches make plans that are also specific to their client. For example, a bodybuilder who's trying to compete in a month for a bodybuilding competition is going to have a very different workout plan than someone who is trying to train for a marathon. With these programs, the strength and conditioning coaches they also help lead the athletes in the workouts. Strength and conditioning coaches also help with motivating athletes in order to keep going. So where can you find a strength and conditioning coach? A strength and conditioning coach can be found in many different settings. A few examples of a strength and conditioning coach is in a high school team, in college or university teams, or in professional teams such as the NBA or the Olympics. These strength and conditioning coaches can also help answer questions an athlete might have regarding the programs. With individualized programs, it makes it to where the strength and conditioning coaches are maximizing time and making sure the athletes improve through the program. These strength and conditioning coaches can also adapt plans and programs as athletes improve.
References.